Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for October. Goodness, October's over. November the 1st, 2023. November the 1st. This year is almost gone, y'all. Almost gone. Okay, isn't he the cutest? I love that kid. Look, he's just too big for me to say cuteness is in the house. But I love that little actor. He does such a good job with Leo. He spelt he and Lois were doing like a math face off. They were doing problems, and Lois was neck and neck with him. She's sharp with numbers. See, I don't care how earthy, I guess maybe Bronxy or what part of the New York did they grow up in? I forget where. They say it all the time, the neighborhood. She's a real neighborhood girl, but that neighborhood girl is good with some numbers. Ooh, she kept Leo on and she was giving him some hard ones to figure out, and that boy was human calculator. And so then they were doing what's the name of that game? What is it? It's called, is it Sudoku? Because I have it on my phone. Let me look. What's this? Let me go see what they were playing. But they were doing paper versions of Sudoku. Of course, Leo won. Ned came in interrupting. Laura's like, shh, shh. She's trying to fit in. Leo won. And Ned was like, what are you guys doing? And it's like, math off. And he goes, okay, well, that's my cue to go. Because he's thinking, I'm not good at math, right? So he goes into no, so leaves and then he comes back, and then they're playing Sudoku. First they were doing math. I mean, adding, multiplying, subtracting. There really was no adding, multiplying and multiplying and subtracting or dividing. And he leaves, and then he comes back. He goes, "You guys are still at it?" And so she's like, "Yeah." And they finish. Leo wins, and he's like, "Pay up." So of course she gets the money out of her bra, and Leo's like, "I knew math pays," and he left, and Ned is sitting down talking to her, and she's rattling, rattling, rattling. You know how she rattles off things, blah 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 blah. And as she's talking, Ned gives a bona fide flashback, a couple of them of her on their wedding day at the church, and they're running away like they were outside the church. I guess, right after they got married, and then on this bridge. And so she goes, "Hey, hey, you okay?" And he just snaps out of it and he goes, "Were we married on the Brooklyn Bridge?" And she goes, "No, we were married at blah." She names the church. She goes, "But after the wedding, they went to one of the tallest platforms on the Brooklyn Bridge." And she goes, "Why?" And he goes, "Nothing." And he stands up and he walks out. She's thinking, what's wrong with him? So Leo goes and brings some more another two Sudoku pages, and he comes back to her. He goes, "You want to double or nothing?" She looked at him. She goes, "You're on." So they're doing their Sudoku, and Eddie gets his guitar, and he's still trying to finish this song. So he's starting to sing it, the siren, and Lois hears him playing. And so she goes, "Push pause on the timer, push pause." She gets up and she runs in and she's listening. And she goes, "You still got it, Eddie. You still got it." So she sits down and she goes, "Okay, play the rest for me." And he's like, "Nope." She goes, he goes, "Can't do it." She goes, "Come on, you don't have stage fright." He goes, "No, it's not finished." She goes, "Oh, okay, you got a little like writer's block there." She goes, "Sounding good. You still got it." So she gets up and she's going to go back to Leo, right? And he's still thinking like, but Lois sparked something in him. That's gonna be, isn't that interesting? It is gonna be her that really brings back, but see, these are older memories, but it's gonna work his way to them all flooding back to the present. And I'm kind of hoping the next time he has memory, it's of Olivia. I'm hoping that it's her that really gets something through, because Lois will be so proud because she said when they were alone together, look, you could tell me, I'm gonna be the first one you're gonna remember. We have a longer history. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope it's not that, but it's looking like it just might be that, right? So Ava brings Avery, looking so cute in her little outfit, to Kelly's early. So Carly praises her outfit and she takes her over to the build your own cookie table, which is such a cute idea. And she tells Ava, "You're here, Avery. You're here first. You get to do whatever you want with you." So Avery makes her cookie, and Ava and Carly are talking, and Ava ends up telling her that she is going to be selling Spoon Island, what's up for sale, and that Lucy has some buyer that wants to buy it. And so before that happened, Cyrus had showed up, right? Cyrus shows up and Carlifies him, saying, you know what? I own this place and it's off limits to you. You are not welcome here. I have changed. And even his face, that look on his face is the look of, I'm trying to look harmless. The Lord, huh? Redemption, unbuyable, which is why when he started showing his true self to Spencer, Spencer was like, yeah, that's you. Now I see you, right? And so Carly says, oh no, you are still the same despicable. She ran down a whole list. And he goes, I'm here asking for you for a job. She goes, for one, you don't deserve to be around customers and or kids. And so he goes, I'm a cook. I've served as a cook. She goes, look, prison house cooking, we don't have that kind of menu here. So you may have been a cook there, but you're not a cook here. Nor would I ever give you a job. So you can leave. And he was like, he tells her something as he's spouting the scripture, whatever. And she's just like, just don't come back. Carter's kind of like, I can't believe this fool. you know? Now, Portia was afraid because look, she was held by gunpoint. Carly was annoyed. She was like, look, am I gonna have to mop him up again? you know, there's just a whole different demeanor with Carly because she's like, I know him and I know I put him in his put whatever. Get out. No job, right? So anyway, we have then Ava comes later and Ava says that because she met with Lucy has a buyer that wants to pay the 25 mil. And Ava says, who is this buyer? It's a LLC. She goes, an LLC? It's a holding, it's like a holding company. She goes, but we don't know who that is. And so Lucy is like, properties this large with this asking price, usually people are putting these in LLCs or holding companies. That's commonplace in real estate now. So she goes, well, here, you let your buyer know that I want the whole 25 million in escrow up front. And Lucy said, 25 million up front that's not how it's done. Ava said, that's how I'm doing it. She said, so if they want my Spoon Island, they're gonna put it up front. And in my mind, you notice Laura didn't say how much money Nicholas drew out of that account. But one thing she did say is what they did say is it's a huge amount of money. Nicholas is going to buy Spoon Island. Or the worst thing that could happen, Cyrus has that kind of money. Come on now. Do you think Sonny has one account? Heck no. Jason had multiples. They all have multiple. They never keep all of their money in one account because, for one, their dealings are illegal. I can't have $1 billion in one account and I'm a coffee importer, right? But I could have a couple million because my coffee business is doing very, very well. Corinthos Coffee. So I can have a couple million in this account. But I also have $500,000 over here. I also have 20 million over there. And in the Swiss Alps, I have $1 billion. I got it all over the place, which is one thing Nicholas told Austin. I have money all over the globe and I can access it when I want it. So Cyrus is going to either buy that family house, and boy, would that be horrible for him to have that island as a fortress. Oh my goodness, no. Right? I'm hoping it's Nicholas in secret. I'm hoping it's Nicholas in secret. He'd do something like buy it, and Ava moves out, and then all of a sudden, all the various players in Port Charles get this fancy invitation to a soiree at Windermere Spoon Island. And they all show up because they all want to see who bought this place and who has the nerve to send me an invitation. And then Nicholas makes an appearance. That would be interesting, y'all. Even Spencer showing up and his father makes an appearance. That would be very, very interesting. Now, Anna shows up at Valentine's house. And this is where I blame Valentine. Valentine knows Charlotte is targeting her. Would you let Anna sit there and start telling her business? No, but he sure did. Charlotte was baking in the kitchen, making some kind of cookie because she's doing some kind of little cook-off with Aiden, and she wanted to bring some tasty treats. So she goes, "You're just in time to be my guinea pig, Anna." So, but they're talking first. And Anna is telling them she got her own place. And Valentine says, "Wait, what? You did what?" He goes, "Yes, I have a place. I'm subletting Maxie's place." And so Charlotte goes, "You mean Georgie's? Old house, Georgie's place?" She goes, "Yeah, they moved into Lulu's house." And Charlotte's like, "Well, it's good, and I'm happy that you have a place of your own." And Valentine is just looking at her, right? And so Charlotte, they're telling her how good. No, she goes and brings them the cookies. And Anna's like, "These are actually very delicious." Valentine says, "Yes, they are." She goes, "I got the other batch in the oven." All of a sudden, the fire smoke detector goes off. So she runs in and she goes, no, she thinks feels the timers. It's time for the cookies to come out. She goes into the kitchen and she comes to her, Papa, the oven's on fire. So he jumps up and Anna jumps up. She goes, "Well, let us handle this." They go in the kitchen and Charlotte has this worried look on her face for the camera because she ain't worried. And I thought she did that on purpose. I said she did that on purpose. She's trying in my mind, I said she's trying to get Anna's keys. So sure enough, they it's just the broiler. Cookies were burning under there. Uh, no harm, no foul. So Valentine takes Charlotte to see Kevin. Kevin talks to her, and Kevin had a strange look on her face when Valentine came and got her. They were leaving. He said, "Charlotte, can we do this again?" Or Valentine says, "Charlotte, how did it go?" She goes, "It was great talking to him." And I'm thinking, she lived with him and Laura. Of course, she could talk to Kevin, right? So he goes, "Well, Charlotte, honey, you know what? You would you like to do it again? Talk to Kevin again?" She goes, "Sure, Papa." Kevin's like, "Great, we'll arrange it." Or Kevin may have said, "Charlotte, would you like to have another?" Whatever happened, I don't care. I wasn't paying that close attention. Things that don't really interest me, fast, I don't really put that to memory. So as they're walking away, Kevin had this strange look on her face, his face as he looking at Charlotte. So he sits there. Valentine takes Charlotte home, and she goes, "Papa?" And he goes, "Yes, Charlotte." She goes, "I'm sorry." Because when they walked in the house, she goes, "Oh, it still has this burnt smell. Now my friends are gonna," she goes, "We're gonna air the house out. We're gonna open the windows. It'll be fine." And that's when she goes, "Papa?" And he goes, "Yes, Charlotte." She goes, "I'm sorry." He says, Sorry for what?" "I'm sorry for," and she thinks, "I'm sorry for burning the cookies." And he looked at her, he goes, "You worry too much. At least you didn't burn the house down." And he turned and walked away, right? So she walks to his little that room study where there's a desk out off the living room, and she pulls Maxie's keys out of her pocket. And I said, "Yep, she's gonna go in there and vandalize that place." Now, mind you, what reason would she have for doing that? Realistically, she and her father are living where they're living. Anna has gotten her own place. I'm hoping Anna catches her and then dumps Valentine, because you sat there and you let me talk about my personal life in front of this child that vandalized my hotel room. Now, they don't know she burned down Anna's house. They don't know that. But if not, and honestly, I don't think it's going to end up being Charlotte. But anyway, we'll see. But Valentine should have never, ever put it in a situation where Charlotte can hear information on Anna. Because now she got the key. The super had to come. Oh, Diane comes to see Robert and invites him to a function, a black tie function. Robert had to go get a tux. He's gonna have to get a tux and the whole 9 yards. And so she was like, "Great, I'll get the tickets and blah blah blah." But she didn't even know if he would want to go. And he said, "Yes, he'd be happy to go." Anna comes in. "Robert, I need you to help me move." And he looked at her. He goes, "Anna, everything you had burned down. What on earth do you have to move?" So it shows her and Robert lugging this chest. I guess Robin had it stored for Anna. And it's got a bunch of just old stuff, off the book stuff, just all kind of stuff. She goes, "I'm hoping there's something in here that's going to give me a clue." Well, as they're lugging this to outside the door, Anna realizes she lost her keys somewhere. She has to call the super. Super comes and gives her a spare key. He tells her, "When you make a copy, bring me this back." She says, "I will." Her and Robert get it in the house, and she opens it, and I'm thinking, "Robert, why are you still there? The tux guy told you what time they closed. Diana's expecting you." And this is what she warned him of. It's 100% what she warned him. And he's just standing there. Well, that's a lot of stuff. And I'm thinking, oh my God. Diane's gonna dump him for sure. I don't know. Hopefully they have him get out of there and he's able to get his tux and go. But see, he doesn't think, he doesn't realize just because Anna came in, that didn't mean he had to do it. Could have been, well, look, I've got plans. How long is this gonna take? Because I have to do XYZ. The tux place, see, he did not put any boundaries on it. And see, that's what Anna gets for letting her bodyguard go. Her bodyguard could have helped her. Seriously. I don't know, everybody. I don't know, but this is the exact same thing. And another interesting topic that happened today, Brooklyn and Tracy actually had a conversation. And Tracy actually let her know why she did it, why she feels this is gonna be, she's gonna have it for her future. If your business, he goes, look, I don't want you to end up with nothing to show for your life like your mother. And Brooklyn is like, what do you mean nothing to show for her life? My mother has managed some very successful Grammy award winning artists throughout her career. And so Tracy says, but look at what does she have now? I want more than that for you, Brooklyn. Yes, okay, fine. Do you do the music thing, but I want you to also have this to fall back on. And Brooklyn says, I can't have nothing to fall back on, Granny, or Tracy. She said, because that means I'm doubting myself for succeeding. And I'm going to succeed. I'm not going to take your company because, see, that's already telling me I'm going to fail somewhere. And I'm not going to fail. So I can't. And so Tracy really kind of understood what Brooklyn meant. Like, And so Tracy even told her, okay, I feel, I have every confidence that you will succeed. So we shall see what Tracy is really going to do. We will see, because she don't want that company. She wanted the EOQ stock. Because Tracy said, you don't even have, you don't have your EOQ stock. That would have at least given you some kind of security, because she would be getting dividends every year from that stock. So they actually had a meeting of the mind, and that conversation ended on good terms. So I was really, really happy with that. But that's about it. Nothing else. I mean, like nothing earth shattering, earth moving is happening at all this week. I can tell you that. So maybe see they like to push it really into sweeps week. So the last week they have good stuff, but no, come on now, we can do better than this. There's no comments in comment corner, so I will be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.